Hello. In this example, we're going to solve the equation x plus 1 to the 2/3 power minus x plus 1 to the 1/3 power minus 2 equals 0. To solve this, we're actually going to need to realize that this actually is something that's called quadratic in nature, because we can use a particular type of substitution to make it look like a quadratic equation. Now, one thing that you might be tempted to do is to raise both sides to the third power or something like that. That's going to be a problem for you. And the reason it's a problem is because of that minus sign in between. If we had if this was multiplication, we could just add the exponents together and then solve it like we normally would solve something like this. But because it's subtraction, there is no rule for adding or subtracting exponents into a single exponent. So we have to be a little bit more clever. To do that, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this middle term here, excluding any coefficients that are out front. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let u, just the letter u, equal x plus 1 to the 1/3 power. Okay, so u is x plus 1 to the 1/3 power. Now notice what happens when I square u. So if I square u here, that means I square x plus 1 to the 1/3 power. But notice that when we have an exponent to an exponent, we multiply the exponents. So 1/3 times 2, same thing as 1/3 times 2 over 1, gives me 2/3. Oh, look, x plus 1 to the 2/3 is right there. So this right here is u squared, this right here is u, and that's of course just a 2. So replace the u and u squared with what they are. So u squared, because x plus 1 to the 2/3 here is u squared, and then x plus 1 to the 1/3 is this u here, so minus u, and then we just have this minus 2. And that's equal to 0. And here's how you can see that this is actually quadratic in nature. There's a u squared minus u minus 2 equals 0 out of that. This can be solved by factoring. Do u and u. The negative sign here means one's positive, one's negative. So what multiplies to 2 and has a difference of an understood 1? Well, that's just 2 and 1. And because this is a negative sign, that means that the larger of the two numbers, the 2, must be negative. So it's u plus 1 times u minus 2. Again, still equal to 0. That means that u plus 1 equals 0, or u minus 2 is equal to 0. Subtract 1 on both sides means that u is negative 1, and add 2 to both sides means that u is 2. Now notice that u is negative 1 and u is 2. What we've not done is we've not solved for x. And remember, that's what we're trying to do. But we do know what u is. Notice that u is, in fact, x plus 1 to the 1/3 power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these u's here exactly with what it is, x plus 1 to the 1/3 power. So that's going to give me x plus 1 to the 1/3 power is equal to negative 1, and also x plus 1 to the 1/3 power is equal to 2. Notice that this is exactly the type of equation that you just got through solving. So we're going to simply take both sides to the reciprocal of 1/3, and the reciprocal of 1/3 is 3. So effectively, we're going to be cubing both sides here. So that gives me x plus 1 is equal to negative 1 cubed is negative 1. And then x plus 1 is equal to 2 cubed is 8. Subtract 1 from both sides on both of them means that x is equal to negative 2 and x is equal to 7. Now, these we might need to kind of check our equations here because they might not be solutions here, but once we've checked these, they are in fact going to be solutions here. So we plug in negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, and 1 over 3 just means the cube root. So the cube root of negative 1 is negative 1. Fantastic. That means negative 2 works. Plug in the 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. The cube root of 8 is 2. Fantastic. That's what we have there. They both check out. Therefore, our solution set is negative 2 and 7. Alrighty. Well, I will see you in the next video.